Hello and welcome to this video, which will show you how to use the field mapping feature in the existing field address autocomplete of the Checkout Address Autofill for WooCommerce Pro plugin. Check that you have already activated the Checkout Address Autofill for WooCommerce Pro plugin. Before we begin, please subscribe to the Zatamatic channel and press the bell icon to never miss any future videos. What exactly is the field mapping feature? The field mapping feature allows you to merge multiple address fields and combine them into one. You can, for example, combine the separate city, zip code, and state fields and display them as a single field. Stay tuned for more information. Now navigate to the Checkout Address Autofill for WooCommerce Pro plugin settings page. Check that you've already entered the plugin license key and Google API key. Then, go to the billing fields section. Then, check the box next to Enable Integration of Autocomplete field with existing billing fields. Navigate to the Checkout page, and find the field and its ID in the billing field, where you want to integrate the autocomplete field. In this case, we want to include the autocomplete field in the billing address 1 field. So, right-click on it and select Inspect. Then copy its ID. Return to the plugin settings page and enter the copied ID in the billing field ID field. And then click Save Changes. Now we'll see if the autocomplete address for the existing fields works in the checkout page. Let's look for any address in the billing address 1 field. As you can see, the autocomplete address for an existing field works perfectly fine. If you want to learn more about the existing field autocomplete address feature, we have a dedicated video for it. Make sure to check it out in the cards section, and the link is provided in the description. We'll now look at how to use field mapping for address autocomplete with an existing field. If you've seen our previous video, you'll realize that field mapping steps are same. We'll put that video in the cards section for you to watch. To begin, you'll need the field ID for the field to which you want to map multiple fields. Then proceed to the checkout page. Locate the field where you want to do the field mapping. We will do this in the billing address 1. So, right-click on it and select Inspect. Then copy its ID. Return to the plugin settings page and enter the copied ID and paste in the checkout field ID field. On the left, select the address properties that you want to map to the selected billing field. There are various address property options to choose from. You can add as many as you need, or remove any that aren't needed. After you've made your changes, click the Save Changes button. More address properties that can be added to field mapping can be found in the Test API key section. When you search for an address in the Verify Autocomplete field, you will see a variety of properties after you select one of the address suggestions. You can remember any address properties and include them in the field mapping section. Let's try adding the formatted address to the billing fields field mapping section. And, as you can see, we're getting suggestions for the same. After you've made your changes, click the Save Changes button. Let's take a look at the field mapping with the existing field on the checkout page. As you can see, the address autocomplete with existing field works perfectly, and the field mapping for the billing address 1 field is accurate. In the billing address 1 field, it has perfectly mapped the formatted address, postal code, and street number as we selected in the field mapping. Now we'll try mapping some different properties in the billing address 1 field. And, add another field mapping for billing address 2. Similarly, in the billing address 2 field, select the properties to be mapped. And save the changes. In the checkout page, we will now see the field mapping for billing address 1 and 2. As you can see, the selected properties are perfectly mapped into the billing address 1 and 2 fields on the checkout page. If you want, you can add more field mapping. For example, in the phone number field, we will now map some properties. To do so, we must first find its ID by inspecting the field. Return to the plugin settings page, paste the copied field ID of the phone number field into the checkout field ID, and then select the properties to be mapped in this field. And save the changes. Let's put the field mapping to the test in the checkout page. As you can see, the mapped properties are present in the billing address 1, 2, and phone number fields. The steps for integrating field mapping in existing shipping fields used as autocomplete fields are the same as shown earlier for billing fields. To find out more, continue watching the video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the section below. More information about these changes can be found in the plugin documentation. Please like and share if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the Zetamatic channel to see more video tutorials like this. Thank you for your time.